Hey, what's going on? Mike Hobbs here. And I actually had this come up in one of our Facebook groups recently where someone was just posting their results and then they were asking people to DM them. And it just caused this little bit of an error. So I wanted to come out on a video and share what the proper strategy is for promoting your business into other Facebook groups. And this is a Facebook group marketing strategy that has worked for me and it's worked for many other people that I have worked with in the past. And it can work for you as well. And this strategy is specifically around what I call paid, and paid in quotes because it's not an actual term, it's just a term I've made up, a paid Facebook group. And what do I mean by a paid Facebook group? Well, that just means maybe you bought a product or a service or something that gives you access to a private Facebook group. As you can see, this is a product that I personally purchased through John Asseroff, and it's called NeuroGym Achievers. I call it a paid group because it has a private group for just paid customers. So this is what I'm talking about when I say a paid group. So the strategy here, a lot of people have been doing it wrong. So I'm going to give you a couple things. I'm going to give you some tips on what not to post. I'm going to give you some tips on what to post and actually how to make this strategy work for you. And it may not be a fast income strategy. And in fact, you could potentially make a lot of people mad if you do it wrong. So let's just get right into the actual strategy on making this marketing work. So let's say I purchased this group. Okay, so I'm in the group. It's called NeuroGym, and I purchased this from them. I got into the private group. So let's first talk about what not to post. Okay, so the first thing you want to always do is always just go to their about section and read the rules of the group. Okay, so that's the first thing you want to do. You always want to read the rules of the group. And as you can see on this one, it just says it is up to the discretion of the NeuroGym team to decide what violates guidelines and remove these posts. So there is really no rules, but it's up to them on what they think is good or not good. And so you want to manage the expectations here and just post amazing things. So what do you not post in here? Well, let me just give you a couple tips. So this is a group that we have. It's the Home Business Academy. It's a group that I'm a co-founder of. And so there's a whole bunch of things that people post in here. And one of the things that some people have been posting is, "Oh, I've made some sales with this business." And there was one person who came into the group and actually did this exact same thing where they posted, "Hey, I made a bunch of sales in this business," which is fine. That's great. We love results and we love celebrating success. But one thing that they did wrong is when someone asked them, "Hey, how did you get those results?" They just said, "Oh, just PM me." And then someone else asked it another question, and they just said, "Oh, just PM me." No matter what the question was, it was just PM me. And they were basically taking the person from the group into their inbox. And on one hand, that's at least it's not spamming the group, right, with your link. So that would be one thing not to do. Is I definitely don't spam another business opportunity into these paid groups. That's one thing to really think about. But another thing to think about is I would not tell people to DM you every single thing you say, DM you. That is what we call taking them out of the group that you did not create. And I really want to emphasize this. The people who have purchased one of these products, so the Home Business Academy, or even for me, for example, if I came in here and I said, "Hey, I use the strategies that I learned from this course and just generated 10 sales in my company." And then all of a sudden people started asking me, "Well, what did you do? What was the traffic source?" And then I say, "Oh, just DM me." Do you really think that the owner of that product is going to like me at that point? A, they're probably going to remove my post for spamming, right? Taking people out of their paid. This is just keep in mind, these 4,200 members in this group, I did not generate those customers. So for me to go into the group and take them out of there as if they were my customers, that is wrong on an ethical level. So you don't want to do that. And that's what not to do. So a couple things not to post. So A, don't post your link to your company, obviously, follow their rules. Another thing is don't post a testimonial in the group and then tell everyone to DM you on how you did it. Okay, so that's another thing not to post. The biggest rule of thumb I will say in the paid groups, because there's some groups out there that will allow you to post whatever the heck you want. And that's fine. And so you just follow the rules. But on paid groups, customers that you did not generate, don't ever do that. Don't take them out of the group. Okay. And that's just etiquette for anything that you purchase ever. And so that's what not to post. So what can you post? What are good things to post? And these have actually led to sales in my own personal business in an ethical way, by the way. So the first thing is yes, you can post testimonials in the group. That's totally cool. In fact, I bet you if I went in here and I said, I just went through the training, the neuro gym training, and it was just absolutely amazing. This is what it did for my business. It helped me do this. And this training is awesome. They are going to love me. Okay. And that is what happened in this group. Someone posted something in here and it was awesome, like good testimonials. There's nothing wrong with posting testimonials in the groups, especially if it's edifying the product that you just purchased. That's a great thing to post. But what you don't want to do is obviously take them out of the group. We already discussed that. So, what can you do? So, if someone asks you, oh, how did you get those results? Well, then what you would do is you would just, in a generic way, give the answer right into the group. Give the value in the group. So someone said, oh, how did you generate those sales? I would just say, oh, I actually just used a marketing strategy on TikTok where I posted a short form video. I had a call to action and they clicked the link in my bio and they joined my business. Boom. Done. I just posted exactly what I did right in the group. I answered the question right in the group, and I didn't take them out of the group. Now, why is this so powerful? Well, A, you didn't spam, you just gave the answer. And when you give answers and you actually answer questions in these groups, people start to like you. Okay. So not only does the group owner start to like you, but the person you answered their question starts to like you. And here's what ends up happening. A lot of times, these people will direct message you eventually. They'll actually just start up a conversation with you or add you as a friend request. I've had this done many times where I would just go into groups like this and someone would ask a question in the group and I would go in there and answer questions. So that's the best thing. So you can post testimonials. Another good thing to post is answering other people's questions. So I'd come into a group. If I see someone's question that I know the answer of, and you answer the question, you're delivering value. And then what ends up happening, I've had this happen to me, is a lot of the people who like your answer send you a friend request. It happens all the time. They'll send you a friend request. Sometimes they'll DM you. Then at that point, you are not siphoning people out of there. You are attracting people. And there's a difference. You are delivering value to the group. You're not siphoning people from the group. And when you deliver value, you answer questions, and you post things that are relevant to the group, then they are going to appreciate you more. You're going to get friend requests from this group, and you will potentially get sales. So, how do you make money from this? Well, how you make money is you deliver value. You post the right things. People will reach out to you eventually or even become friends of yours. And then in that aspect, now they are now friends of yours. And if someone ends up DMing you or talking to you at that point, that's fine. You didn't spam, you didn't siphon, you didn't do any of that stuff. In fact, I've done this before where I got a ton of friend requests from these paid groups that I'm a part of just by answering questions, delivering value. And months down the road, I would post something on my personal profile, and someone from that group saw it and joined my business. And that has happened to me. I actually track where all my leads come from, and I do get sales. And then when I track it back to where I found this person, it has been from groups that I was paid members of. In fact, like there's been a few groups that I've done this in the past with just providing nothing but value. I will just give you one last tip. I actually was a part of a group that this 8-figure earner, and I went into the group and I just started answering questions for him every single day. And years later, I went to a live event with this leader, and the leader came up to me and he was like, Mike, I actually know who you are because you answer so many questions in my group. I just want to say I appreciate you doing that. And I literally was just serving. I was serving the group. And I've made a lot of money with this leader because I just served his group. There's been people in his community that have joined my company and my business, but we mutually serve each other. So it's not a conflict. And I did it in the right way. So anyway, I hope you got value from this video. The key point that I want everyone to take away is don't be a spammer, okay? Don't siphon people, attract people. Attract people to your business. So if you got value from this, give it a thumbs up, leave a comment, ask a question. I can even do a dedicated video for your question if you leave questions in the comments. And if you want to see more about our company, you can go to seekprosperity.com. Make it a great day, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.